You will only see on RTV6. Since marijuana became legal, companies in Colorado are trying to adjust.
But we found more workplaces around the nation testing for drugs, and more employees are testing positive.
Scripps national reporter Jacqueline Allen joins us now for a snapshot of what's happening in states around the country, which could eventually impact us here in Indiana.
At Altitude Digital's Denver office, between ping pong tourneys and jam sessions, they've built the 54th fastest growing company in the country.
We have a work hard, play hard attitude here.
CEO Jeremy Ostermiller says how employees play on their time off is their business. This web advertising firm doesn't drug test.
There's a lot of studies out there that show that marijuana use helps with creativity.
But in Colorado, we found companies like Altitude are still the exception.
Random drug testing has gone up. Pre-employment drug testing has gone up.
Joe McGuire with the drug testing company Conspire says since pot became legal, her business is booming, up 30%, hiring 4 new employees to serve companies wanting drug tests.
And are you seeing more people test positive for marijuana?
Absolutely, by triple than what we did in 2012. Yes.
Often with those positive drug tests, job prospects go up in smoke. Courts have upheld a company's right to fire for off-duty pot use. And at a recent Denver job fair, we found most businesses aren't budging.
Until we get some clarity, we're staying the course that we've been on for 15 or 20 years.
The experiences of Colorado and Washington, where pot is legal, are being closely watched nationally. Efforts to liberalize medical marijuana laws are before voters or legislatures in at least 15 more states, and 18 others already have therapeutic marijuana laws on the books.
We've had a number of people call to say, if we don't want to test for marijuana, is there an option for doing that? There's not a good option at this point, unfortunately.
Curtis Graves with the Mountain States Employers Council based in Denver says opting out of pot testing could create liability for companies, though testing has its troubles too. Even the experts say, unlike alcohol, there's no surefire way to gauge marijuana impairment.
It's going to be several years before we can figure these things out. There's going to be a lot of trial and error. We see the social costs. We see people lose their jobs.
So at companies like Altitude, where employees are called rock stars and attitudes about marijuana are more relaxed,
We don't ask, we don't tell.
applications are pouring in, and they're hiring. But don't be fooled. Even in a company this chill, slackers need not apply.
As long as you're doing your work and all your goals are being met, welcome to the Rockstar team.
In Denver, Jacqueline Allen.
And the drug testing company Conspire says some pot users don't realize just how potent the product is. In fact, we're told a growing number of drug tests are showing incredibly high levels of THC at 3,000 to 5,000 nanograms per sample. The cutoff for employment is usually 15.